Hello everyone, it's Saturday Games. Today I am going to show you how you can use factories with Defold to spawn many objects. For this we will need three things. One is a factory game object, two is an object that will be spawned like a prefab, and three is a script to use the factory. First, let's create the prefab object. Right click to the objects, new game object, and name it coin. I will be spawning many coins for the player to collect them. On the game object, right click, add a component and sprite. For this, select the coin tile source I have prepared before. This is it. We also will need a collision object, but this is not actually necessary. Even if you have only the game object, it will be created, but to be able to see and interact with it, I added sprite a collision object. Right click to the collision object, add a sphere, and set it to maybe 16, not 18. On the collision object, I am going to put it on the collectibles group, and it will also interact with player. And that's it for the coin. On the main collection, we also need a factory game object, so focus on the collection, use A to create a new game object, name it coin factory. Right click, add component and factory, and select the prototype as the coin. Now it's almost done. We need a script to control this factory. So for the coin factory, we will need the script. I already have the script, so right click to the coin factory, add component file, and I will select a coin factory and now explain what it does. On the script, we have three local variables. First one is coin amount. This will decide how many coins do we spam. The second one is tiles. We will get the tiles from the tile map, and fill tiles will be a table that checks if we have already placed a coin on the tile, so we don't want to spam the same thing on the same place. On the init, we first get the tiles from the tile map get tiles. We put the URL of the tile map and the layer we want to get the tiles from. Then we use this line to randomize the seed. So if you don't do this, even though we use random variables, it will always generate the same thing. So we want it to actually be randomized. So use this line. Then we start from 1 to coin amount. So we will repeat this 20 times and do this. We first create three local variables. One is the X position, second is the Y position, and the third one is the tile. Then we repeat until we meet this condition. In this condition, we check two things. First, is the tile empty? I have a method function here to check if the tile is empty. So it checks if those are full here, and if not full, then it's empty. Then we also check if the tile equals 17. This tile, when you get tiles X pose and Y pose, returns the type of the tile. Let's go to our tile map. And if we go to our tile source, as you can see, we have tile 1, tile 2, 3, and so on. We have many tiles. But what I want is this tile, because this is the tile player is able to walk on. This is the empty tile, so if it's 17, we will spam the coins on it. If you have more tiles where player can walk on, like these ones, Then you can add if it's equal 17 or like 76 or 77 and so on. Or you can put all the available tiles into a table, then check if the table has the value. It's up to you, but 17 is enough for this example. So if these are true, that means we have found a tile that player can walk on and empty. So how do we get the tile? We first get a random variable from 1 to 19 and 1 to 29 for x and y. If we go to tile where I have created the map, you will see it has 30 in width and 20 in height. That's why I use these values. Then after we found a suitable tile, we first mark it as filled. So, and we check this again. For the same tile, we will know we have actually placed a coin on it. On this method, we first check if we have anything on the X row. If we haven't, then we create a table for it. Then on the X row, we put the X row and Y column as true. That means we have filled the tile. So next time we check it, is tile empty, it will return false. Okay, after we are done with this part, we first calculate the coin's position here. One local tile size, even though I have tile size as 16, since I have actually has the scale as 2 on the map, that means I am going to use 16 times 2. If you move the tile map, coins will also need to be moved with it, so they won't just spawn here or outside of it. Now we create a local variable named coinpos and set it as a new vector tree. For its x value, we first get the tile map's x value and we add this part. We use ypos instead of x because even though y value corresponds to rows on the map, when you get the tile from the tile map, it corresponds to the columns. That's why we need to switch them with y and x. We subtract them both 0.5. This will allow the coins to be centered on the tile. And we multiply them by the tile size to get the correct position. We also set the tile map's origin z as the same. Then the line factory.create spawns the object. Since this is in the for loop, it will be repeated coin amount times. So we first set which factory will do this and where it's going to be spawned. This part is for the rotation and we don't want to change it, and this is for the variables of the object if we want to set its value differently. This is for the scale of the coin, and with this you can actually spawn many coins. Now let's test it, and as you can see we can't interact with coins, probably because of the collision layers. Let's go to here and it's collectible, so let's set this on the coin as collectible as well. Now we can actually interact with them, but as you can see we can't collect them because again I forgot to set the coin's collision as trigger. Now it should all be fine, and yeah, as you can see we can collect them. When you look at it, it only fills the correct places. To visualize this better, we can actually increase the coin amount to 200. As you can see, it only fills the part where player can walk on and there is no coins floating around or in inaccessible areas or at the sides. If you want the sides also to have it, you will again need to add them on the coin factory for this part. And that's it, how you can use factories with default to spawn many objects on the map. You can find this project's link on the comment section, so you can go and download it. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.